In the summer of 1967, at a Soviet air show, the world got its first glimpse of a new nightmare, a twin-tailed monster of a jet, all wings and engines, screaming across the sky. NATO called it the Foxbat. Its official name was the MiG-25. Western intelligence panicked. This was a Mach 3 beast, designed to outrun and outclimb anything in the American arsenal. It set off alarm bells across the Pentagon. They believed the Soviets had just unleashed the ultimate air superiority fighter. And in their rush to counter this perceived threat, the United States would be tricked into building something truly legendary. But not in the way you might think. This is the story of how Soviet propaganda, a painful war, and one daring defection led to the creation of the undefeated F-15 Eagle. I'm Rana Asif, and this is the Deep Dive. To understand the panic, we have to go back to the skies over Vietnam. The 1960s theory of air combat was all about speed, missiles, and fighting beyond visual range. Jets like the F-4 Phantom were big, fast, and packed with radar-guided weapons. They were built on the idea that the age of close-in dogfighting was over. But in the chaotic reality of Vietnam, that theory shattered. Rules of engagement forced pilots to visually identify targets. Radars and early missiles proved unreliable. The heavy gunless F-4s were dragged into turning fights with smaller, more nimble, Soviet-designed MiGs. American pilots were dying at alarming rates. The lesson was brutal and clear. Maneuverability and pilot skill were not obsolete. The U.S. Air Force desperately needed a new kind of fighter, a true air superiority machine built to win in a close fight. But the need wasn't just urgent. It was about to become an emergency. Enter the Foxbat. When it was unveiled, everything about its design screamed unstoppable fighter. Twin tails for stability in sharp turns, a massive wingspan for agility, and those enormous engines meant for raw speed. The Soviets didn't just show it off, they bragged about it. They set a flurry of world records, speed records, time to climb records, absolute altitude records. To Western analysts watching from afar, the message was terrifying. The Soviets had a fighter that could fly higher, faster, and outmaneuver anything America had. The pressure was now overwhelming. The failures in Vietnam exposed a critical weakness, and the MiG-25 presented what seemed like an insurmountable future threat. The US needed a revolutionary response. That response was guided by a radical new theory, energy-maneuverability, pioneered by fighter mavericks like John Boyd. Forget just top speed. This formula judged a jet's total performance by how efficiently it could convert engine power into motion, into climbing, turning, and accelerating. The ideal was a high thrust-to-weight ratio and low wing loading. In 1969, McDonnell Douglas won the contract to build this dream jet. Their mission was singular: create a dedicated, uncompromising air superiority fighter. No more multi-role compromises. This would be a purebred hunter. The result was the F-15 Eagle. It was a masterpiece of focused engineering. Two roaring turbofans gave it a thrust-to-weight ratio greater than 1, meaning it could accelerate straight up. Its cockpit offered a 360-degree view for unmatched situational awareness. It carried a mix of long and short-range missiles, and, learning from Vietnam's hard lesson, it had a rapid-firing 20mm Gatling gun built right into the fuselage. It wasn't just built to meet the perceived MiG-25 threat. It was built to dominate every aspect of air combat. In September 1976, the entire Cold War air balance shifted, not with a missile, but with a choice. Soviet pilot Viktor Belenko defected, flying his top-secret MiG-25 to a civilian airport in Japan. For the first time, the West could strip down the Foxbat and see the truth. What they found was shocking. Wait, instead of advanced titanium, it was built from heavy nickel steel. It weighed nearly twice as much as an F-15. Maneuverability. Those huge wings weren't for dogfighting. They were to lift its immense weight. It couldn't pull high G-turns. Avionics. Its radar used old-fashioned vacuum tubes. It couldn't even look down to spot a jet flying below it. Role. The MiG-25 wasn't a superfighter. It was a dedicated, high-speed, high-altitude interceptor, built for one job: to climb fast and shoot down slow. High-flying bombers like the never-built B-70, the terrifying Phantom, had been exposed. The Americans, in their panic, had over-engineered their response, and in doing so, they had accidentally created the most dominant fighter jet the world had ever seen. The Eagle entered service and proved its worth not against the Foxbat, but against every other challenger, in the hands of the Israeli Air Force. It scored its first kills in 1979 and achieved total air dominance in the 1982 Lebanon War. Its combat record is the stuff of legend: over 100 aerial victories, 0 losses in air-to-air combat, a kill ratio that is literally undefeated. While the MiG-25 served its specialized role, the F-15 became the king of the skies for decades. It evolved into the potent F-15E Strike Eagle bomber and continues to serve today in its latest form, the F-15EX. So, here's the incredible twist: the MiG-25 Foxbat was a brilliant piece of propaganda and a capable interceptor. But its greatest impact on history wasn't in Soviet air defense. It was the shadow it cast in the minds of American planners. By fearing a fighter that didn't exist, they pushed their engineers to build beyond the known threat. They built a fighter for the idea of the Foxbat, not the reality. And in doing so, they created the F-15 Eagle, a true superfighter born from a misunderstood rival. But the story of Cold War fighter rivalries doesn't end here. Decades later, Russia's answer to the Eagle family, the Su-35 Superflanker, is facing its own harsh reality check in the skies over Ukraine. Promoted as a 4+ generation wonder, it has suffered losses against older Western technology and integrated air defenses, raising new questions about the difference between parade hype and wartime performance. What should we make of the modern superfighters being touted today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into aviation history, smash that like button, subscribe to the deep dive for more untold stories, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video, where we'll dissect the high-stakes cat-and-mouse game of modern electronic warfare. Thanks for watching.